You know, it's your boy Karen Dixon and you're watching Edivision TV. Go like, share and subscribe to the channel. I'm out.
Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Edivision TV, the channel where we look at sports differently. Again, if you're new, please consider hitting that subscribe button. If you're a regular, continue enjoying the program, hit the like button, share the video. Alright, so persons have been asking Eddie, where's the reaction? What are your thoughts on the 60-man Gold Cup preliminary squad? Basically, it is what we expect generally from a 60-man pool. A lot of persons upset because they're seeing certain players in the 60-man pool, they are not good enough to be in the 60-man. It doesn't really matter, people. At the end of the day, it's a provisional squad. I could be on that 60-man list. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, we're just picking a 23 or a 26. That's what really matters. Everybody's not going to play, so don't be upset if you see certain names on the 60-man pool. You know what I mean? But as we talk about names being in the pool, somewhat 24 JPL players, that raise a lot of eyebrows for some. But again, it doesn't really matter how that 60-man pool is constructed. At the end of the day, we'll see the best 23 or 26, hopefully, for the Gold Cup. Right? Yes, there are names on it that I don't think some of those persons have passports, but their names are on it just in case. Let's say just in case they get it for the Gold Cup. That's being responsible from the JFF. So there you have it, persons being on it. What about those that are not on it? And a lot of noise. I'm hearing a lot of noise about Ravel. I'm hearing a lot of noise about Ravel Morrison. I thought he would have been in the 60-man squad as well. So I think Coach McLaren is sending a message, because if Ravel Morrison cannot make a 60-man pool for the Gold Cup, we cannot expect him for the World Cup qualifiers as well. We can't expect him for the Unity Cup, because it wouldn't make any sense. Why would he then play Unity Cup and the big bad World Cup qualifiers if you cannot make a 60-man pool for the Gold Cup? So what if, say for instance, he plays in the World Cup qualifiers, somehow plays and does well? You're saying he cannot now play the Gold Cup? So it doesn't really make sense. I don't think the coach sees Ravel as part of his future going forward, and it's very sad, because even though I don't see Ravel as a savior for the midfield, I see him as a player that can help. Could be a good, decent, quality player coming off the bench. You know what I mean? He's certainly better than the Casey Palmers of this world. It would be nice to see him in games, but if the coach don't want him, what we can do, people? Because the coach obviously do not want Ravel right now. Coach don't want him. We cannot block road. I hear people talking about protests. We just have to just take it. You know what I mean? And another big name that was not on that list, Macy Greenwood. Again, we were expecting Macy for the Copa. We were expecting for the World Cup qualifiers. Then we say, okay, maybe the Gold Cup. Nope. If he's not on the Gold Cup, that means we won't see him anytime before that. Similar to Ravel. So at the end of the year, maybe September, who knows? I don't see Macy Greenwood actually coming for this year, for 2025. And I heard people say that certain players, certain heritage players, say that, look, I would come and represent Jamaica, I would come and play for Jamaica, but make the World Cup first. So I'm not saying that Macy Greenwood is one of these players, but he might be one of the players that say, hey, World Cup, make the World Cup and then I'll forward. Is that okay? But for me, we're running down Ravel, I think maybe we're running down the wrong person. If we're going to beg and run down a player, people, it has to be Mason Greenwood. Quality. I don't know if you guys seen the goals he's scoring over there in the French league. Joint top scorer for the season, or 21 goals or something about that. Excellent goals. He's not scoring a tap in, people. Bam, everything outside of the box. Bam. Deadly. Immediately, if Greenwood comes, he'll be the best player in CONCACAF, the best player in the region by a country mile. If it was US would be doing everything to get a Mason Greenwood. If it was Mexico, they would be doing everything to get a Mason Greenwood. So I think we should be doing the same. So anybody involved in the process, I heard that they said that they're going to take a different approach as it relates to getting Mason Greenwood. Well, that approach needs to work. ASAP. And if it don't work, you find something else. Clock is ticking. And I hear people saying, hey, he's going to go play for England. No. Is he that plays for Jamaica, or he doesn't play any international football at all? And you can't take that from me, right? But we need to do more. Whatever it takes, we need to bring in Mason Greenwood. He's a player that can save us. He's a player that can make the biggest impact. He's not a normal player, this is not people. And he's pretty much not even in his prime. Look at Rafinha at Barcelona. Remember, Barcelona wanted Greenwood when he left Getafe. It didn't happen. But imagine if Greenwood had went to Barcelona. If Rafinha could put up those numbers and now being considered for the Ballon d'Or, imagine a Greenwood who is a much better player than Rafinha. Rafinha coming from Leeds, didn't have the best quality around him. Going to the Barcelona setup, talent around him, we see the best of Rafinha. Imagine Greenwood. We could have a player getting the Ballon d'Or representing Jamaica. That's how I see Greenwood. Put him in a proper system, we could be looking at a Jamaican Ballon d'Or winner. Players like this will do everything to get. So yes, I admire Ravel, but I don't think we're putting the eggs in the right basket. There are other alternatives to a Ravel right now. We look at a Louis Baker who can play the 10, be creative, and youngsters coming up. But is there another Greenwood? Think about it, people. Greenwood should be the main target. We've seen Ravel before. It's not like Ravel is a new player in the people. We've seen Ravel in this Jamaica team before. I believe about 18 appearances, 2 goals, and a few assists. Not great. Not good. We've seen Ravel in failed World Cup qualifiers. World Cup campaigns failed with Ravel in midfield. He's much older now. It's not like say he's getting any younger, he's getting better. So I don't see it. We should be looking at again Mason Greenwood. Right? And lastly, I'm going to end with Michail Antonio. Coach said that he rang him up and Antonio basically said, pencil me in. I'm ready to go for the Unity Cup. I'm ready to go for the Gold Cup. I don't know if the Unity Cup will come a little bit too early for him, but he's passionate, he's ready, and he really wants to get back on the pitch. I don't know the condition he's in right now, but again, we cannot be relying on a man that had an accident like that. We cannot be relying on a Michail Antonio. Other players need to step up. But he's in the Gold Cup prelim squad. Should be in and around the team pretty soon. Let's see the condition he's in. Let's see if he can contribute to the team. Alright? So I'm Eddie Gona, people. Thanks for watching. always remember to like, share, and subscribe.
Okay, people, this is Paul Maxwell, aka The Leader. Watch Eddie Vision TV for all the latest sports and information, right? Like, share, and subscribe.